All right, on Sunday, November 28th at 6 p.m., bassist Doug Elmore will play at the Mellwood Center as part of the Louisville Jazz Society's Signature Series. Today we're talking to Doug to learn more about him and the concert. Well, can you talk a little bit about the upcoming show? What's the origin of this, the show about Billy Strayhorn's music that you're playing on November 28th?
Well, the thing for me is when I get an opportunity like this to do a real show for a real audience in a venue where they are there to hear the band play, you figure a certain amount of informedness on the part of the audience. And since I got to hand pick the band, there is certainly a high level of faith in your musicians that you're working with. So you can be challenged and you can take on challenges. It's not just let's play standards for 3 hours. I mean, the last time we did it, it was the centennial year of Leonard Bernstein, and I thought, you know, we're going to do this. We're going to do an all Bernstein show, and we're going to swing the doors off. And we all learned some new music by digging into that, because everybody remembers West Side Story, but they don't necessarily remember the other things. So for this one, I thought, all right, we're going to go deep again. And I thought some of the most challenging music I've ever, Billy Strayhorn, because just this past summer I did a bass and guitar duo on Lush Life, which is one of the most beautiful and one of the most difficult ballads I've ever seen, heard, played in my life. And I had to work on that quite a bit to make it make sense. I thought, we'll build this whole thing around Lush Life. This is going to be great. And as I dug into the Strayhorn catalog, I found not only some heartbreakingly beautiful ballads, but some great hardcore swingers, Johnny Come Lately, Rain Check, Take the A Train. Just great jazz compositions, wonderful jazz compositions with a beautiful ear for untraditional harmonic turns.
Can you talk a little bit about the guys you're going to be playing with?
Fantastic musicians. Every guy was my first call guy, and I was just stunned that they all were able to say yes and commit the time. Our drummer is Michael Hyman, who I've known for a long, long time. We played a lot of all kinds of music. Dance, rock, funk, R&B, and some jazz. And it's wonderful to have his energy and, of course, his incredible background touring with Joe Henderson at age 17, Stan Getz, Gary Burton. I mean, the list of people on the global significant scale that he's played with is just mind-boggling. So it's wonderful to have his experience, his background, his talent, and his knowledge on the bandstand with us. Dave Clark, who was in that band that I talked about at Bobby J's doing the Sinatra show. We played together a lot over the last 30 years, and I love the way he plays. I love the swing and blues-informed sensitivities that he brings to the bandstand. He's just a consummate musician, and I don't know if you know this about him. When he was at University of Louisville, he also, from a classical standpoint, won the U of L concerto competition and played the Glazunov saxophone concerto with the orchestra there. So we're talking about very broadly well-trained musician. So it's wonderful to have him. He's also the head of the Jazz Studies program at Bellarmine University, so he brings a broad and deep background to the bandstand. And then Gabe Evans, who's probably the newest to the community member of that group, wonderful jazz piano player, faculty member at the University of Louisville School of Music, great arranger, great composer. I got to conduct his arrangement of Night in Tunisia with the Louisville Orchestra a few years back, and he's just so gifted and knowledgeable in use of color. But the thing that knocks me out about playing with Gabe is he'll sit down at the piano and he'll make it sound like an orchestra. He can go from the extremely bright sound to the dark sound to the full sound to the percussive sound, and it's like he brings 6 more musicians to the bandstand because he's sitting at the piano. And again, beautiful ear, beautifully well-trained, experienced, informed musician. So honestly, I sat in the room to play through these tunes with those guys, and I thought for a second, what am I doing here? So it's really a blessing to have 3 musicians like that on the bandstand together.
Sounds great. I'm really looking forward to Sunday night show. That's Sunday, November the 28th. Doug Elmore and Mike Hyman, Gabe Evans, and
David
Clark playing together the music of Billy Strayhorn. It's going to be a great night.
Thanks. We're looking forward to it.
Thank you.